Hi everybody, welcome back to Try Fiving with Dan. Sorry it's been a couple weeks since I had a video up. Usually I've been trying to get a video up every Sunday night for you guys, but last Sunday was Easter, so I had family over, so I never got a chance to get outside and do anything. But it's starting to get pretty nice out now, so I'm going to try to get out here a lot more during the week, and hopefully I can get at least a couple of videos up for you guys. So last time you saw me, I was working on that brake pedal for my 56 hardtop. Yeah, I got everything finished painted, so now I'm going to go through, we're going to put it back together, show you what it looks like all done. I hope you guys like these little projects, because I am going to be getting into the bigger ones, but I thought you guys might like to see all the little projects that go into building these cars, because it's a lot. I mean, when people look at a car, you know, after they're done, they don't really think about all the different things you got to do to these cars and the time involved. But I'm going to bring you a lot of those videos. I hope you enjoy them. So let's get back to that. Okay, so I got all the parts laid out here. Hopefully the background's not too noisy. I live on a pretty busy highway and it's really nice outside today, so everybody's out. But here's the pedal after it was finished getting painted. Now, like I said, that is a low car pedal, and that makes your little pedal into a full size, like a power brake pedal like the Tri-5s had. Those original Tri-5 power brake pedals are getting pretty expensive, so that's a good way to go if you want to do that. There's the housing, and then here's all the new pieces. There's your bushings, your bumper, and a new spring. So let's get together, or get busy putting it together. Okay, so here are your bushings. If you're going to redo these, I'd recommend definitely replacing these, because these make sure your pedal's not sloppy, and they're pretty cheap. So you need two of them. They just slide in the housing like that. So then, let's see, that's the front. You gotta remember, this is our new spring. And it slides over just like that. It kind of hangs on there. Tricky part. So now if you look, there's a little notch right here that spring sits against, and that's what gives you your spring tension. But before that, I usually get a new rubber bumper here too. That snaps right in. So then what I usually do too is I just use a little bearing grease on my finger, and just a little bit on your pin that rides on. You don't need a bunch. This is going to take a little bit of force. sometimes you got to do a little convincing. Now don't forget to put your nut and your bolt back in to hold your pin in, because if without it, that pin could wander out. That'd be bad. So I was originally going to go to around here. Our big local swap meet is up in Jefferson, Wisconsin. And without fail, usually every year, it rains. And it's fairgrounds, which makes it a muddy mess. It's just kind of the local joke around here when that comes around. And true to form, yesterday it rained all day. The day before that it was beautiful. Today, it's almost 80 degrees and sunny. So I was going to go up there, take a video for you guys, show you that. Pick up a couple parts for my Tri-5 if they had them. But I got up and I just realized that I didn't really want to deal with the mess. I saw some pictures and all the aisles were flooded. The parking field is flooded. We're talking about only letting vehicles in that were four-wheel drive. And I just really didn't feel like dealing with it. Possibly getting stuck, walking through the mud just to maybe not find anything. So I thought a better idea would be stay home, work on these, and make some videos for you guys. So there you go, all rebuilt. See, there's the pedal. See, small details. You're not going to see it other than the pedal, but to make a nice vehicle or a nice restoration, you'll know it's there. So here's one I had already redone for my 56 hardtop, because it is a power brake car. And you can see that pedal there. You know, from the factory, if they were power brakes, they said power brake on them. And they were wider. And I'll show you what a non-power brake car had. See, if it was not a power brake car, it just had that small pedal, like I just showed you. It was just a small pad like that. The clutch was the same one. But if you wanted power brakes, they upgraded for some reason to the bigger pedal, which never made any sense to me, because if you had manual brakes, you think you'd want that bigger pedal. But most guys like to have that big pedal in there. And the reason I changed and not going to use this one, I think I told you before, is because with that LS motor in there, I had to use this style throttle pedal. It actually bolts to the firewall instead of bolting to the floor, and I wanted them to match, so now they'll look like that. But aftermarket power brake pedal, factory power brake pedal. Alright, so I decided to get this 57 convertible out of the garage today that I picked up last fall, because really I haven't really had much chance to actually look it over. So I thought I'd go through all my stuff and try to figure out what I have for the car, what I need to get for the car. Because really, this car was a bare shell. I mean, when I say rolling shell, I mean rolling shell. It's the body, the frame. It does have the top bows. No front clip, no stainless at all. Dash was completely apart. But I started going through everything, and I think I pretty much have everything I need. But here's the car. I'll do a nice walk around of it here now. So Like I said, I had a video of I had this in the video of all my collection of cars, but it was tucked in the garage and you couldn't really see much. So this is an original 57 Canyon Coral car with a white top. Now I mean, it's pretty toasty in spots. You can see it's gonna need rockers like they all do. That door is actually a hardtop door. Looks like they started to do some body work on the quarters. But I mean, you can tell this door is toast. And so the floors look somewhat solid, but really somebody actually started putting pans in, and then I think left it outside, like individual pans, like that front pan's new, this front pan's new, but they'd already started rotting. So I have this in here. That's a full one-piece floor for a hardtop. Now the only difference from that is the rear stands where the seat sits. On a convertible are a little bit shorter. So I think I'm just going to take the stands off of that one off the hardtop and take those off and replace them. Now there's a bracket underneath the floor that I'll probably have to buy. This has them, but they're pretty rusty. But it welds to the bottom side of the floor for the brackets for the top rams. Trunk's really nice. A lot of times, I should say the trunk lid is really nice. Because usually they're rotted all through here, you know, if they're real bad. The reason I corrected myself is because there is no trunk floor. So somebody started redoing this. I'm assuming they started taking it out, or it just was that bad. But the frame's really nice. Is original convertible frame. It's got the big X in it. I don't see any real bad rust. There's a little bit of hole, I think, right under there where the skid plate's welded to the bottom. But that's one of the things I was actually going to look for up at Jefferson today if I was going to go, is I was going to try to pick up a new trunk floor if anybody had one. So, let's see, the quarters, the backs of the quarters are really nice. I had these spears, so I stuck them on there. Now this is a convertible door, but it's just an empty shell. There's nothing in it. Same thing, it's shot. I mean, I wouldn't even attempt to probably use these doors because the bottoms are completely gone too. You can see down in there. I mean, you can see daylight. But like I said, I started going through my stuff today, and I did have a convertible door for the passenger side. I mean, it's, you know, I could probably fix that. It's got a pretty big dent in it, but I do have all the stainless for the passenger side now for the door. I'll have to find everything for the driver's side. I have actually everything for the windshield, all the stainless for that. I ordered, the only thing I couldn't find was the very top outside stainless piece that goes all across the top of the windshield right here. And I ordered a new one from Tamara's. I don't know if you guys have ever ordered anything from them, but I ordered it in September and I still haven't gotten it. So usually I have pretty good luck with those guys, but I've called I don't know how many times and I keep getting a different answer each and every time. One time the guy says, well, when you bought that, it was only $120, but my price is more than doubled on that. So if I sell it to you for that price, I'm losing money. So, but he said he was going to get it for me and he never has yet, so I got to call him again. But so I started going through stuff, and I think I pretty much got a full clip here. So that's a really nice hood. It's a full set of ducts that aren't rotted out. These fenders are really nice. That one doesn't even have a ding in it. This one looks like somebody had done some body work down here. Doesn't look quite right. I'm gonna have to straighten out. The splash pan's pretty decent. I've got a V8 and a 6-cylinder core support in the garage up top, so I'll figure out which one of those I want to use. And these inner fenders, this one's really nice. This one's rotten in the front, but I think that might be a good project that we can work on here. I'll show you how I fix that kind of stuff. So why don't we start working on that? Alright, so what I've gone and done here is because these inner fenders, you know, are exact mirror opposites of each other. So I went ahead and I made a cardboard template, you know, trace this out. And what we'll do is we're going to cut a section out of this, and then we're going to cut this out, mark that, line up here, and then I keep a lot of old sheet metal around. Like this is an inner fender out of a 55 that obviously I don't know if the car got in an accident or what, but it's mangled. But this old original sheet metal is good for making pieces and stuff because it's the right thickness, the right gauge or whatever, and it's good solid sheet metal, so you might as well use what you have. So I like to keep a pile of this stuff around just for that. So let's get this cut out, and then we can finish our template here. Okay, so there we have it. So template piece. So let's go see how it fits in the inner fender. See if it looks like it's going to be right. Okay. All right. Yeah, so we'll do a little bit of trimming. Looks like it's gotta get trimmed a little bit right here. Really, once we get it trimmed out, it should fit pretty good. Then we'll, after it's all welded in and finish the welder all ground down, we'll transfer the holes over. Alright, so after all that, I got out the welder and went to weld it in and realized that I'm out of argon. Apparently I left the valve open last fall, so I got to get it refilled before I can do any welding. But going along with the accessory stuff I told you I'm into on this 57 convertible, I thought I'd show you one of the accessories that I have. Kind of a rare one. Probably not a lot of people have seen it. If you're really into Tri-5s, you'll know what it is. But I figured I'd show you that. So hang on one second, and let me get it out, and we'll check it out. Okay, so this here, brand new in the box, original 1957 GM. So some of you might know what this is right away. So I got that glass jar. This jar is actually a reproduction because when I bought this, when it got shipped to me, the original jar was broke, so I had to get a replacement for it. But what this is, it's a vacuum ashtray. So this piece here, mounted underneath the dash and hooked up to engine vacuum. So mounted under the dash like that, you got this little paddle here. So when you squeeze it, sucked up the ashes into this little jar underneath the dash, or small cigarette butts or whatever. It's, you know, small enough to fit in there. Really, it's just for ash, but that's I've never actually seen one on a car in person, so they're pretty rare. I do have another super rare accessory that I'm going to put on this that I tried finding for you. I've got it put away somewhere, so when I do find it, I'll put it in one of my other videos here, so you'll be able to see what that is. But all in all, this 57 I think is going to be a pretty fun car to work on. And really what I'm trying to do with it is I'm trying to see how cheap I can put it together with stuff I already have. Since I say I have so many parts. But really I had that whole front clip here just sitting in pieces for this car, so I have lots of other parts. You know, the only thing really I think I'm missing for it now is a back seat, which I've actually got one on order through Eckler's, and I have not seen it yet. It's been like 6 weeks. They said they could get a used one they had listed, but I think it was something that they had available that somebody probably bought, and they forgot to take it off their website because they can't tell me any information on it. So that, I have to get rear pinch weld moldings. You ever have a word that you can't think of, and the more you think about it, the worse it is? Yeah, that's what just happened. So anyways, yeah, so I got to get a rear seat, pinch weld moldings, rear armrests I need because I haven't got those. I've got a bunch of hardtop ones, but convertible ones are different. Really, I think that's the majority of the hard stuff, or I should say expensive stuff that's convertible specific. I do have these moldings, same as a hardtop. I have these. Those are for convertible only, the pinch weld moldings I need. But yeah, really, I think that should be pretty much all I'm going to be missing on this car by the way of hard convertible stuff. So, sorry I couldn't get that welded in today. I wanted to finish that up and show you that on this video, but I'm going to go ahead and edit this and get it up so you guys got something to watch. My next video, I think I'm going to start working on my window delivery. I'll show you what I'm going to do here. So this car, like I say, is pretty good shape. That side is super solid. This side, pretty solid, but the bottom of the quarter panel, probably the bottom, you can't really see that there, but maybe the bottom 3 inches is bad. So I do have a partial section that I think I'm just going to cut off and put that in there, because I don't really want to do the full quarter because it doesn't really need it. I don't really like those partials. They take a little work to get looking all right, but on this car I'm not going to go through all that. I'd rather have the majority of the original quarter. So but anyways, Thanks for watching, guys. I'll get back with you more frequently now that the weather's getting better. I'm going to try to get at least a couple videos up a week, if not more. So I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.